People love to say that in Panama, we are all just Panamanian. But what does Panamanian really mean? Let's get into it. Because if being Panamanian is so simple, then why do people question your identity based on the way that you speak? Why does speaking English suddenly make you less Panamanian? Let's be clear. This didn't just come out of nowhere. In 1941, under Arnulfo Arias Madrid, Panama introduced a new constitution, Panama Constitution of 1941. And yes, although it was short-lived, that the ideology behind it, that lasted much longer. Because that moment pushed a stronger message. To be truly Panamanian, you need to sound a certain way. So what happened after that? Schools shifted to Spanish only, jobs prioritized Spanish speakers, English-speaking Afro-Caribbean communities were pushed to assimilate. Here's the part that a lot of people don't realize. Spanish being firmly established as the official language didn't fully solidify until 1972 with the Panama Constitution of 1972. And that's not ancient history, that is recent. Afro-Panamanian voices like George Westerman spoke out about discrimination tied to language, and Melba Lo de Gooding has documented how English and Creole was pushed out the public life. So no, there wasn't a law that said don't speak English, but there didn't have to be, because when a system tells you that your language doesn't belong, people start to silence themselves. And that mindset, it didn't disappear, because today in 2026, when I have Panamanians saying, tú no puedes estar hablando de la historia de Panamá si tú estás hablando en inglés, that's not random. That's rooted in history. So when people say in Panama, we are all just Panamanian, I hear the intentions behind it, but what does that really mean? The identity has condition, because if I can be Panamanian only if I speak Spanish, then that's not really unity. That is a standard. So I'll ask again, what does Panamanian really mean? And more importantly, who gets to decide?